about Waianae and just what it's like growing up. For us who grow up in the continental United States, it's almost like the idea of growing up in Hawaii must be a dream, but you're still going to school like a regular kid. You're playing Little League like a regular kid. But are you going to the beach every day? Like, what is it like? And Waianae, I know, is a little bit of a different city.
Yeah. Waianae is a little bit rougher at the edges, right? But I wouldn't want to be anyplace else, you know? At the end of the day, we do have, you know, Waianae is crazy, man. You drive down Waianae, you see tents on the side of the road. Oh, what the hell? People are, people camping. No, that's just homeless. You know what I mean? You see not too good people walking around. It's kind of scary. It's a tight-knit community, and it's all about, it's rough, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I know you wouldn't, and I visited, and I had a great time when I was there.
We came to Makau Beach. Yeah, you love Makau Beach too.
We had a great time there. In Waianae, Max is a hero. There are murals all around town depicting some of his most legendary octagon moments. As we traveled in for the interview, everyone we spoke to hailed Max, and they immediately correlated him with the beaches of Waianae. Not everyone is a reflection of where they're from, but Max certainly is. In Waianae, if you treat people right, they will treat you like family. But if you don't, you might not make it back home to yours. Tell me, though, about like fights in Waianae. Do you guys grow up just kind of throwing down?
Yeah, I fought one street fight, one street fight in school, and that's it. But then I don't count the street fights. Like, I fought with my friends. I have a younger brother. I fought with him all the time. I don't count that as fights, And these friends and my best friends, we all fought over Pogs or Pokemon at the time, Like, that don't count. Like, I actually had one real beef in school was because my younger brother was a fighter, So when I was growing up and when I started fighting, my mom would tell my aunties, my uncles, or my cousins, be like, "Hey, come watch the fight. There's a fight. We're going to a fight this weekend." It's like, "Oh, who's fighting?" And now who's fighting? It's like, "Oh, Max fighting." She'd be like, "Oh, come watch Max's fight. He's fighting this weekend." He's like, "Oh, Max, you mean Clem?" That's my younger brother's name. And he's like, "No, Max." It's like, "What the hell? Max don't fight. Clem does." So at the end of the day, fighting was a thing. It wasn't my thing. I didn't care for it too much, but a couple years at 10th grade, I got into it. A couple years later, the whole BJ Penn era was like in full effect. I saw how much they released, how much he made at the time, and I thought it was a lot of money.
What about it was appealing to you? You say 10th grade, but when did you start enjoying watching it or enjoying the experience of training?
I wouldn't even say I ever enjoyed the experience of training. I mean, it was great learning new stuff and being able, but when I was 10th grade and I was coming up, we had a lot of street fights in our high school, in Waianae High School, to the point where we was having lockdowns and police people was coming through.
Wow.
Yeah, it was insane. In our time, or my time, people used to just fist fight a lot, and I just wanted to be able to protect myself. I was like, man, I got to train, because if somebody trying me, I just want to just be able to feel like I could protect myself. And then we got into kickboxing. We did that, and I just thought, wow, this is good. And then 2 years later, that whole BJ Penn era, I did great in school, but I didn't want to continue school. Like, I knew that wasn't something for me. Like, I was a great student, but I was getting by you guys don't even want to know how I was getting by, because I had great grades. I actually graduated cum laude. I mean, it's not something to be crazy about, but I only got that because I knew how to play the system. I had friends. I made friends with smart friends, and I had this trick where I knew if I played like I didn't understand what I was doing, most of them would just take the piece of paper and be like, "Hey, let me do this. Give me that already." So that's how I got through high school.
I love it.